On today's hike, we're going to finish at this incredible campsite above Merced Lake in Yosemite National Park.
So yesterday we hiked from Tuolumne Meadows to Vogelsang High Sierra Camp, which was the Rafferty Creek Trail, and it was tough. It's now the next morning and I've been struggling. Woke up probably about 2 or 3 hours ago and just laid in bed. I think it's the altitude. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sore, which is good, but it's been a slow start. So I got to get my energy up, and we're now going to head from Vogelsang down to Merced Lake. So I'm looking forward to this hike because we're going down, not up. From an elevation perspective, so that should help. And I think we're going to see some great views, some great opportunities for shots, and I'm looking forward to the hike. Let's get started. So just got a shot leaving the Vogelsang area. You can see this peak in the background, just really gorgeous. And it's picking up my energy. Getting some good photographs, and the biggest challenge is not stopping every 5 feet to take pictures because it is gorgeous out here. So I'm a little slow due to that.
If you go hiking and you want to know how to easily carry your camera, this great clip allows me to fasten the camera to the backpack strap. Now this is called the Capture Pro from Peak Design, and I'll put a link for it in the description field for this video. Now at this point, I'm feeling a little bit better than I was earlier, but now Bill is starting to feel like I did this morning, so it's probably a good time to take a break. And we found this stream to sit by and eat a snack. And Matt and I thought we'd dip our feet in the water to give the dogs a break, and it was cold. Now it's also a good opportunity to pull out the small tripod and set it up across the stream for us to get a candid group shot using the remote shutter release. Time to get back on the trail, but I can't go long before finding a few shots to take. Now we come up on our first water crossing of the trip. Matt had already crossed when we got there, so Bill's going next. It's pretty small and shallow, but I'm still excited because this is fun. Now that Bill got across and I got a few shots of him, time for me to take my hiking shoes off, put on my water shoes, and I'm ready to give it a go. Now that I've made it safely across, I get to do it again because I've got to come back for the camera. And as I'm walking in this open trail, I'm way behind Bill and Matt like normal. But as I'm walking, I just get fixed on that granite peak off to my right. For some reason, I'm just convinced I've got to climb to the top of it. It looks easy, right? Now I could just climb up the right side of those rocks and reach the top. It would be awesome. Now luckily I come to my senses and I realize that would probably be a terrible idea. Since Matt and Bill are way in front of me, they would have no idea what I was doing and I could probably kill myself. So instead I just stay on the ground and pull out my camera. Now, I guess the dad in me won that battle. Now, 10 years ago, I definitely would have climbed it. Instead of always pulling out my tripod, sometimes I just find a rock to place my camera on and use it as a natural tripod. I did it this time because it was just a really cool scene and I wanted to snap a selfie of me taking a break. One of the cool things about Yosemite, especially in June, is that there's a lot of water, which is good for survival, but it also makes for great scenery and photo opportunities. Is there any wonder why I'm so far behind Matt and Bill all the time? As always, I try to get a few different angles and perspectives to see if I can come up with an interesting shot. Now in hindsight, if I could critique myself, I definitely should have found a way to get the tripod out and do some long exposure shots. I guess I was just rushing and didn't even think about it. Missed opportunity on my part. This type of scenery in isolation is exactly why we're hiking in the backcountry of Yosemite. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I really wish I would have done some long exposures here. Oh well, there's always areas for improvement. I did have time to take another selfie though.
Quick update, we are headed still down to Merced Lake. But this is taking a long time. We're not in the shape we need to be for this trip, but the scenery is amazing, but it has taken us a long time. And I had to kind of put the camera away for a little bit because it was just slowing me down too much. But we're feeling it. Whew. It's tough out here, but it's good.
After putting the camera away for a little while, I finally catch up to Bill and Matt. Matt takes this photo, which I thought would be cool to edit with some selective coloring using the adjustments brush in Lightroom. Kind of a fun shot. We then make our final push to find a place to set up camp for the night. We get so lucky when we stumble upon this incredible spot overlooking Merced Lake. We would have camped anywhere that night because we were so exhausted, but somehow we found one of the most amazing campsites that I could ever imagine. The cool thing about my camera is that I can record GPS coordinates, so I thought I'd share those with you in case you want to try to camp here yourself. Now that I've got my tent set up, it's time to take some shots of this awesome site. Once the sun goes down, I try to get the illuminated tent shot while overlooking the lake with Half Dome in the background. We're en route to try to summit Half Dome, so tonight we get to look at it and plan for the days ahead. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to photographytv.com on YouTube to see where in the world we go next.